Hey, how you doing? Dr. Dave, Paragon Chiropractic. One last thing I wanted to talk about, which kind of takes all those healing phases and puts them into perspective and everything. A lot of times we have people will tell us that, yoga, love to do yoga, want to do yoga throughout this process and stuff. You definitely do not want to stretch these tissues once they've been injured. So we don't want to do that. But I was talking to somebody that's training to be a yoga instructor, and guess what? She's going to do yoga. And I had this real clever idea that rather than taking and trying to overstretch a joint in the ligaments, you could take those same poses and use them to support core rigidity. And so I was talking to Austin about this, and he's saying, yeah, it's real simple. So rather than trying to get this flexibility and overstretching the joints, we can use these exercises to basically strengthen the core and get stability. Is that what you're...
Right, so yeah, it's not a stop, it's just there's some tweaks. If you're somebody that feels like they know yoga is good for them, or it should be good for them, or you're not going to stop doing yoga, we can kind of like sit down with you, look at your positions, and make them a little bit more effective, because that's the idea. There's some things that are at terminal range, at the very end range of a joint, that maybe will make more dynamic. Or there's some things that will kind of make it an abbreviated position at that end range of the joint. Some tweaks we can make. So if you feel like you've got a protocol that you know should work for you, we don't want to pull the rug out from you on that. We just want to make it a little bit more effective so that you're making the flexibility gains that you want to make, and more importantly, you're set up for success down the line. Yoga should be beneficial, right? So.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Most people stretch a joint beyond its ability to fire and stabilize. So now they have an instability. Why does everything hurt? Because you're unstable. So we don't want to do that. We can take those exact poses, instead of loading a joint and stretching the crap out of it, why not create this rigidity? You have to keep in mind there's 3 phases with this also. You have mobility, which is not flexibility necessarily. It's mobility of a joint. This is not flexible, but it moves. Then there is stability. You want to gain stability and then strength, and you go that way. So if you have a mobility issue and you're going to stretch the heck out of something and make it unstable, the muscles are going to tighten to try and protect that joint, and you're going to be stiff. So you've lost your mobility because of the stiffness of over flexibility, and you're not going to have any stability, and there's no way now you can load this and start to gain strength. So this is actually a beautiful thing. You might be looking at the birth of a whole new realm of yoga, maybe, but it's a brilliant way to do it. So if you're a yoga person and you love yoga, we can show you some modifications and how to make this and create this rigidity. Funny thing is, once you get that stability, you will have this mobility and flexibility that you're looking for. All right, Dr. Dave in Austin, Paragon Chiropractic.